Welcome to the Mystic Syndicate's A Princess of Celene, a Dungeons & Dragons custom content podcast.
So, welcome back, everybody. This is the Mystic Syndicate. I'm your host and Dungeon Master Brian. And tonight we are at session 50 of A Princess of Celene, a Dungeons & Dragons homebrew custom content campaign. So welcome, everyone. Hopefully everybody is glad to see everybody's here. Hopefully this evening we'll get a chance to give away a $30 gift certificate to Steam. So that'll hopefully we'll be able to get that all started. That'll be kind of fun. And also Ed has a very nice set of, I think is it sort of like a throwback dice set? You want to explain it?
Yeah, sure. It's a commemorative dice set of what the original box set dice look like. They're called the Holmes dice, that the original runs of those are, and then a modern version of them. So it comes with a pretty nice little tin. I sent you one, Brian, but it doesn't get into you tomorrow. So when you get it tomorrow, enjoy it. Yeah, anybody, when I roll a 1 or a 20, natural 20, I'll buy first person that comments in the chat.
That's awesome. That is absolutely wonderful. So yeah, you have a couple of different chances to win this evening. You could we're going to have a sort of a raffle at the end. I have a nice little roulette wheel program already set up. Have a page set for it in my Streamlabs. So at the end of it, we'll go and collect all the people who've entered the chat. Had a lot of people follow this evening. Well, we just had someone follow just now. Katie Wan. Thank you, Katie. So just make sure to say something in the chat, and we'll be happy to put your name on the roulette wheel. Yeah. So this could be pretty good. Hopefully this will be a pretty good show this evening. We'll have some all types of fun stuff planned. And as always, we like to start off our show with introductions, and we're going to start with Melinda.
I'm Melinda. I play Grenna at Babbleboots. No, are we even saying she's a gnome anymore?
She appears to be a gnome.
Appears to be a gnome.
Okay.
Yes.
Who appears as a Roman. No, we've been studying about those weeks.
Your father was a Roman.
Don't do that. People will get mad because they don't know history. Anyway, a Gnomon Ranger with her companion Bubbles the Ward.
Bubbles the Resurrected.
No. We're not going to discuss that.
I'm Mike. I'm playing Kiffi Blackhammer, Dwarven Cleric of Fortubo.
I'm Ed. I play Tomas Waverly, and I'm currently digitally challenged trying to get into the chat. So if somebody else can hit the chat too, I'd appreciate it.
Hello, I'm Pav. I play Kelex, a Paladin of Heironius. Happy 50th episode.
I'm Russ. I play Járngrímur töframaður Halldórsson. Say that 5 times fast.
Dickhead,
want to.
dickhead. Got it.
Well, I'm Glenn, and I am playing. I think I'm just going to say the artist, and named Timble, and I'm with Yahoos.
I thought that was formerly known as Tim.
I am Timble Snivenblaven. I am not anything else. I think I've doffed most of my titles, getting rid of them as best I can.
Okay, so yes, before we get started though, we'd like to acknowledge some of the fine people who contribute to this stream in other ways. And one of those being Anna B. Meyer. If you are looking for Greyhawk maps, beautiful maps that you can zoom in on tight spaces inside of those maps and see beautiful artwork, AnnaBmeyer.com is the place to go. She also has a Patreon page. Make sure to check her out over there on Patreon, and you can see some of her work that she is currently working on, and you can get access to it when she finishes. So throw her a couple of dollars if you can. I know I do. I think Pav, you do as well. I don't know if there's other people, but yeah, definitely give them a look. Our tabletop program that we use here is Roll20. I've been using it since 2012. It's a pretty good program. Works really well for D&D 5th edition. So if you're looking for a virtual tabletop, you can use it pretty much for free. I pay for mine because I like some of the extra little additional things. But yeah, check it out. And our character generator and encounter generator is D&D Beyond. So we'll leave it at that. And of course, this is the night that I get some sort of frog in my throat.
Hey,
but
Ryan,
yes,
you might want to warn them.
I'm sorry.
Said you might want to warn them. First-time listeners, Ed can get saucy.
Oh yes. If you're brand new to the stream, if you've not watched any of our previous shows on YouTube. Oh, it's a sign. Oh, damn, that was weird. Sorry, guys. I was not expecting that.
Hey, who doesn't have a Twitch account, guys? Well, while he fixes stuff and we're trying to keep everybody entertained, I'm trying to log into Twitch, but I got to verify, but I created a new account. I don't want to have to re-verify it.
I got one. Hold on. Give me a second.
Well, can I send you a pat? Oh, you have to watch the chat?
Okay, well, obviously this isn't going to work. Okay, guys.
I am no longer the only person that has problems with this damn microphone.
Hold on.
What,
Yeah,
you
but
reach
yours.
a certain age and everybody has performance
I
issues?
just think Brian was just trying to give us a crotch shot. That's all.
Oh, is that what it was?
My microphone doesn't look like I'm getting teabagged by fucking King Kong.
But that's nothing new for you.
True.
Hold on. Yeah, you're right. You gotta verify and.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was.
Hold on, I'm almost there. Oh, can't copy and paste. You gotta freaking type. Man,
Oh yeah, did you see that Gene Hackman died?
Yeah, did you hear how?
Well, that was just plain. That was just plain strange.
I haven't read the news since it was announced this morning, but I had questions.
His body has been decomposing so long that they're calling him partly petrified.
Ooh.
What?
Or partly mummified, sorry. They think
wow.
it might have been carbon monoxide poisoning in the house.
And he was in one room, the wife was in another, and the dog was in another. So,
Dog was in a crate.
but that in another room, supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
they're saying that they're probably at least 2 to 3 weeks dead.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They
That's-
were doing a well
wow.
test because the neighbors were concerned.
Coming on to our winter final.
I talk to my parents every day, so I was surprised that their family didn't. I
Well,
guess I'm just.
I mean,
Gene Hackman was
That is-
98.
That is
Gene
true.
Hackman was 98 years old. So
Mhm.
95.
Was it 95?
95. He was born in 1930.
Oh.
Joined the Marines in 1946 at 16. Lied about his age and enlisted.
And speaking of age, today's your dad's second birthday.
Yeah. Today is my dad's 89th birthday.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Oh, nice.
yeah. All right, so I think I got my microphone tamed. I wasn't expecting it to just completely break loose and turn into a projectile there for a moment. So, yep. So the last time that we were all together, you had returned from the dungeons of Xife. You had made your way back through the caverns that ran under the capital city. And Jarn and Timble, along with Prince Val and Bubbles, were able to defeat a beholder that was blocking their escape path. Once they were able to make their way outside, they were able to teleport back to the city of Instead, to the wizard's tower there. Aldor Morzivy, who is the court wizard for Celene.
With the Griffins.
With the Griffins. So the Griffins were not left behind. And so once they arrived, they were able to reunite with the rest of the party. Unfortunately, Kelex had been killed in the fight with Adra, who was a sorceress, a drow sorceress, actually. And she used the spell Power Word Kill on him. We also had Lord Tomas also was slain in the fight. But luckily for him, he was able to be resurrected, returned to life by our own Kiffi Blackhammer, our dwarven cleric. But unfortunately, Kelex was not so lucky, for his death was not something very simple. It was actually very complicated, as they say. And his soul was not actually free to leave. It had been collected by Adra. But the mysterious old man that they had freed in the dungeon there in Xife used up a very special pact that he had with a genie. And when this djinn appeared, the man sacrificed his life and used his last wish to free Kelex from that dark, oppressive space in the Shadow Realm. End result was, after a day of recuperation and deep reflection, the egg that had been left by the dragon Erebisterax hatched at the base of the life tree, and everyone was in attendance to watch this glorious event. And even so, we're able to see when Erebisterax arrived to see her last, her only child being born, and it was a very special time. A lot of questions were floating around from the players, and so we are now in Instead. I believe you guys are looking to probably be going to the city of Greyhawk itself within the next, I believe, 2 to 3 days.
I was thinking the next hour or so.
Okay, well, it takes a little bit of time for the Crystal Citadel to call a conclave. So
I'm not interested in the conclave. I'm really not interested in the conclave.
Okay, well, you are being you will be, of course, having to participate.
I hate it when that happens.
I know, isn't it? When somebody calls a meeting and you're like, damn, I hate meetings.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. All
I
right.
like this is going to be a quick meeting, and then an hour later.
It could have been an email.
It could have been.
You could have just emailed us the PowerPoint.
Yeah, kind of going over exactly what they were going to cover, just a bullet points. It's like, yeah. All righty. So you're in instead. It is midday. You all are standing around the life tree. Aravistrax is there. The entire royal family is there. Melda, everybody who is a part of anything at the castle is definitely there at the life tree.
I just keep thinking this would be a perfect opportunity for assassination.
Oh, I just almost rolled a 20. Woo!
All right, guys. I need to go to Greyhawk. I got to be there in 2 days, but I'd rather go now because I got nothing holding me here, and there are some things I need to find. Anybody wants to go? Let's go. Split the party.
Again.
Again.
Because that ended so well the last time.
I'm going with Jarn.
Okay.
Hey, Jarn, can I go get my stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right.
When I get to my room, I'm going to write a message to a certain 2 women that are up there in the Vesti, and send along. This is the shit that has happened. This is the shit that's happening. This is the shit that may happen. And send that via mouse. Then I will gather my things and head to Greyhawk.
Okay. So how are you getting to Greyhawk? Are you teleporting?
I'm teleporting.
Okay, so you're going to teleport? Okay, that's fine.
Once I got that spell, it's over.
Okay. So who else is going to Greyhawk?
Kiffi.
We're all going to Greyhawk.
I guess we're all going.
Okay, so very good.
No,
So yeah.
I got somebody you need to talk to.
Okay.
I'm going back to Greyhawk. I'm going back to Greyhawk.
Really need to see about the first thing.
Okay. So.
Yes, Pam.
So before we go, Brian, I'd like to approach either Morzai or Shira, both of them at the same time, and ask them. I said, I know he was your friend, and I'm deeply grateful for the sacrifice he made. I want to assure that he's remembered, and I want to make sure that when I meet that sorceress again, that she will see his name. That'll be the last thing she sees. So I'm going to hand him my shield, and I'm asking, I don't know how to write in Bulkish, but could you put his name upon my shield?
Morzai says, I believe I could actually do that for you. It may take a little bit of time, but by the time you return, I should have something done for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Of course. So if everybody is ready, Jarn, you cast your spell, and as you do so, yes.
I know when we leveled up last, I took another level of bard. Can I change that?
Yeah. What were you thinking?
Do you really want to know?
I want to take a level of druid.
Okay.
Because
I guess
it's about as close as I can get to actually hitting the first edition requirements of being a bard. I've been a fighter.
But you don't have thief?
Well, I took regular bard class, so I counted that as a thief, so shut up. But if I take a druid, and I've been through a druidic experience at a druidic tree, and then I'm going to break off a branch and put it in my pocket when I become a druid. I'm gonna raise baby Groot.
I'm so glad you qualified that, because I thought you were going to put it somewhere else.
Well, it'd be fertilized.
Ugh.
I was thinking, pick up his ass.
I just think Tomas just wants a shape change so he can be petted.
Yeah, I think that's probably it too. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see Tomas with a stick up his ass.
I can.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you would like to, that's fine. I don't have a problem with you doing that. That's okay. If you want to substitute that last bard level for a druid level, that's fine.
Actually, I'm going to take the druid when I level up. This is going to be the experience that moved me. Seeing a baby dragon born and.
Is that like an owl movement or different?
Or just let us all level up one more time. And then we'll all be fucking level everything.
Nope.
That was English. Thank you, Babbles.
Yeah.
No, I go in to roll again.
Yeah, it's like just take the boots off of that. It's just Grenna babbles. Okay, so very good. So yes, as Jarn casts his spell, the portal opens up, looking a lot like the portal from what was
Brian?
it? I can't remember now.
Stargate.
Stargate.
In my
Yes.
message,
Yes.
I did give the date and say that we were leaving for Greyhawk today via teleport.
Okay.
Just putting that out there.
Okay. Good deal. Fine. Okay. So yes, as you each step through the portal, once again you get that strange kind of weird feeling as you do so, and you pop out on the other side. So Jarn, where are they actually appearing? Are they appearing in your office?
Yes.
In the tower? In the Citadel?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's great. Okay, so yes, as you all kind of pop through and everything, you're in Jarn's office. It's a little bit, because you have a little bit of a time difference, probably about like another hour or something. It's like an hour. So it's now 1:00 in the afternoon, and you are standing in his office. Where are you going? What are you doing?
What the hell do you think? Turkey sandwiches.
All righty. So everybody, so you guys take the floating discs down to the bottom floor, head out the main, and you're now standing in a very short line, being that it's already past the lunch hour. There's a few guards. You can see there's a paladin from the Temple of Pelor is standing. Actually, he's up next, and you all kind of file in behind him as you approach the Talons and Turkey sandwich kiosk. You can see that it looks like it'd probably been a pretty busy day. They had they're getting down to the last couple of slices of turkey breast that you can see, but obviously they have more. And as you get your sandwiches, you can. Were you planning on going back up to, or were you going to set need here? What were you planning on doing?
Need here. I mean,
yeah.
We all have things we're planning on doing, but we can all sit and have a meal.
Of course. So yeah, you sat and have enjoy your turkey sandwiches. Of course, some of you have like the sauces and stuff with it. It's once again, always a pleasant experience at Talons and Turkey. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those because right now we're kind of in the winter months. It's a little cool outside, but this is one of those days when the sun is actually warming the cobblestones beneath your feet, and you sit there with your sandwiches and enjoying each other's company.
Yeehaw.
Okay.
That's how you can tell it's a fantasy game. We're enjoying each other's company.
Yeah, usually.
I realize that that's not a normal thing for you, but for the rest of us. And that's absolutely perfect, Ed.
Okay.
Oh, so just climb into this beer vat.
Okay, so what is everybody wanting to do while they're here? Now, like I said, the conclave isn't going to be called for at least another 2 days. Moore's Ivy did not come with you. He's kind of on his own time schedule. So you will not see him at least for another 2 days. I know that as far as places for you to rest your head, I know Jarn has a place upstairs. That's not a big deal. Most of you guys could just go to either the embassy, the embassy Abyssal, or you could bunk down in the monks' quarters there at the Temple of Heironius, depending on what you really feel. But right now it's 1 o'clock. So what are we doing?
I'm going to the Temple of Heironius.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to the armor. Remember, I'd sent word ahead.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
I'm going with you.
So yeah,
and I would like to go see the twins.
So Ed, you sent that message. Was it earlier that day? Was it the day before?
It was the day before when we were the funeral. The same day they had the funeral procession.
Right.
That I tagged on.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Very good. So let's start with the Temple of Heironius and whoever went there. Okay.
That would be me and Kelex.
Okay. So you guys head over to the Temple of Heironius. Just as you arrive, their midday service has just let out. And you can see that there's a fairly goodly amount of people here who are adherents to that faith. As you ascend the stairs to the temple itself, you once again are greeted by an acolyte there who kind of recognizes you from the last time you were there, Kelex. And he greets you and he says, your lordship, welcome back. Is there anyone special you need to see, or are you just coming for prayers?
I'm just coming for prayers. If I could, find a private alcove. I'm not sure what my friend here wishes of Heironius.
Okay.
All right, you go pray. I'm going to talk to this fella here.
Okay. So you go ahead and Kelex, you just walk right on in. Like I said, the way that this place is kind of set out, they do have little alcoves in the side for personal prayer and reflection. So you head right over to one of those and find a comfortable place to sort of focus your thoughts. But Jarn, so you're standing out here with this an acolyte, yeah. He said, "Sir, how can I help you?"
When we were here last, he was speaking to the leader of the temple. I would like to speak to the leader of the temple as soon as you possibly can make it happen.
I will talk to the bishop and we'll get a hold of the Hierophant. I believe that's who you want to speak to.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is not it. This is an existential issue.
Oh, okay. I understand, sir. If you can just wait one moment, I will see if the Hierophant can see how quickly he can see you. And this young man turns and heads back in. Are you going to walk into the temple itself, or are you just going to hang out on the door?
No, this is not my god. I'm going to sit here and juggle fireballs.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, okay. So about 5 minutes passes before this young acolyte appears, and he says, sir, I talked with the bishop. He checked with the schedule. The Hierophant will not be able to see you until tomorrow morning after our morning sunrise services, so to speak. If you can return then, the bishop has went ahead and...
Let me speak to the bishop, please.
Of course. Okay. So he walks back in, probably within like a minute and a half. He comes back and you see this very well-dressed man. He is wearing the vestments of a bishop. Kelex, you've talked with this man several times, and he walks up to you and says, yes, my son, how may I be of service to you?
To me or Kelex?
Just
To you, Jarn.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't see Kelex because Kelex is in an alcove.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not a follower of your faith. However, Kelex is. He needs to speak to the Hierophant now.
Understandable, but at this point in time, the Hierophant is not scheduled to arrive back here until tomorrow morning. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry.
Can I assist in that?
I don't believe so. He is actually on Temple business. Is there something I can help you with?
I don't know.
Okay, well, then try me. I mean, sometimes.
Use your words.
No. This is more fun.
Purposely being obtuse.
I think Jarn's converting. Jarn's just trying to convert.
To be obtuse.
We can't have two scenes where we're trying to be obtuse. We all know I'm going this way to be obtuse. If you're being obtuse this way, what does that make us?
Acute.
Chartreuse.
Well, again, I'm acute to start with.
Chartreuse. That's perfect coming from the artist. Chartreuse. Okay.
Oh, all right, let's have a look.
Yes.
Kelex was dead. Dead. Next time to Bahnhof, it's over. And he had something go on with him while he was dead. And then he came back through a djinn. And now he's having issues. So, he's my friend.
Fix him.
Fix him.
Oh.
Oh, he's your friend.
He's broken. He's no longer fun to play with.
He's no longer fun to torture. Okay. So he says, okay, so he had passed away. Was it a can you kind of describe the method or the nature of his death?
Our word kill.
Oh, okay. So he was struck down by a magic user of some skill.
Yeah, one that could kick my ass.
Throw.
Okay. Okay. So that's bad. That is definitely something that I would have to talk with the Hierophant about. Being that Lord Kelex is a paladin of renown and is his name appears often in communications. That worries me. I will send a message to his eminence concerning this immediately. Can you return within the hour, and I'll see if I can get some answers for you. Maybe we can speed up the Hierophant's.
Sure.
Maybe.
I'll just hang out here on the steps and juggle. I've been collecting pennies all morning.
Okay. Is Lord Kelex with you today?
He's inside praying.
Oh, excellent. Okay, great. I mean, of course, if you want to come inside, I mean, there is places to sit. Okay, I understand. And so he turns, he thanks you. He said, "Thank you so much for bringing this to our attention. It would be quite terrible if there is something plaguing Lord Kelex." And he turns, and his vestments kind of flowing out behind him, and he walks back into the temple. Kelex, as you were sitting there, actually you're kneeling in supplication as he walks up behind you. He places his hand on your shoulder, and he says, "My son, are you okay?" I'm sorry to disturb your prayers. I know that you came here for answers in solitude, but maybe I can be a direct line for that.
Your senses are extraordinary, brother. And he does kind of look over where you are by the door where obviously Yarn is no longer. I don't know. Did you leave Yarn or are you still there?
I'm outside juggling fireballs. I'm collecting lots of skinnies.
Don't know what you're talking about, Willis.
Something did happen to me. I'm not sure what to make of it. Not sure if I'm ready to talk about it. I'm still trying to process it myself.
You need to talk about it.
Yes. Do you have a moment to come to my office so we can chat?
Sure. And I get up and I follow the bishop. Is it the bishop, yes?
Yes.
Okay, yep.
Okay. So he escorts you back to his office, an office that you've been to a few times before. He pulls a chair out for you. He goes around and sits at his desk. He said, "Your friend outside is very concerned about you. He said that you had died, and it was a very powerful magic user that used a very, very terrible spell. Can you explain to me what you saw when you were on the other side?"
And you can see the kind of the distress in his face, or the bishop was. You know, we're taught that when we die, we'll be received in Mount Celestia. You know. However, that's not where I found myself. From my understanding, when I was killed by this sorceress, my soul was trapped. And I'm assuming Shira probably and Morzai kind of explained to me what happened, right? Brian, or do I actually know?
I don't really know if you had a chance to chat with them about that. Right.
No, not actually. No, I didn't. So okay, yeah, we'll take that back. I found myself in a most dark place. I could not. There was no horizon. There was no stars. There was nothing. And excuse me. The only thing that was there were these menacing whispers. You know, telling me of the deeds of the things that I could not complete. Just things one does not want to hear.
Yes, that would definitely be very distressing. I can only imagine how you must have felt. I would say that being that you were thinking that you were going to see something completely different and then feeling that you were being drawn into a very different location could have been, it definitely left you with questions. I understand that. Most likely, whoever this creature was, it had the ability to trap your soul in either a pocket dimension or a completely different plane of its own origin.
Its powers granted to someone like that. I mean, even Heironious could not do anything about it. I mean, I'm not questioning the Arch-Paladin, believe me. However, just since I've been back, I just don't feel quite whole.
Yes. Have you been through a cleansing? Probably not.
No.
No. Okay.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah. So we'll probably try that first. I said the Hierophant would probably will have to be notified of your situation. You, of course, are very well liked by the Hierophant, and he would not want to be left out of this conversation. I had promised your friend that I would reach out to him immediately, and we will make sure that the Hierophant, if he can cut short his visit to Valuna, that would probably be advantageous for you. So, I'm going to leave you to your prayers. Spend as much time as you need. If you need anything, if you need me, find an acolyte. If you don't find me, they'll know where to look. I will be in contact with the Hierophant to see if there's anything that can be done.
Thank you. And when you see my friend, tell him thank you as well.
Of course. So he leaves you in peace as you return back to your thoughts and prayers. Is there anything special that you're asking for or reaching out to Heironious to answer, or are you just are you wrestling with something?
Yeah, I would say at this point, Kelex is just still kind of wrestling with what happened with him. I mean, he's still reaching out to Heironious, maybe looking for some insight, explain something, but it's more just like trying to figure it out still.
Okay, good. All righty. So while you guys are waiting for the bishop to return with the answer from the Hierophant, I'm going to go and chat with who was next. I think it was Ed. All right, so Ed, they've had probably a full day start on your armor, which means that they are getting all the materials together to make it. It's going to take a little bit of time. Now, of course, once the armor is made, you're going to have to get it enchanted, because that's a lot of places they don't do that, but they will make the armor for you. And I think were you looking for something a little bit better than what you have been wearing, which was kind of light?
No, I'm actually wearing plate, but I'm to the point now. Really, I'm still at a 20 AC out of character, and I'm getting pounded because it's not enchanted, right?
Okay.
And I can't go any higher because of my dex. I've got a great dex, so I could go lower and like a magical chain and max my dex on top of it. It'll probably give me more than 20.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and I don't think you had anything that was masterworked, so that kind of leaves you would have to have something made, and it would have to be made very, very well to hold the enchantment. Okay,
correct.
So when you get there, they tell you that it's going to be at least probably 5 days before they can get each piece done. But so that leaves you a week here in Greyhawk, or you can come back, of course. Now, when it comes to enchantment, depending on who you have enchanted, we'll talk about price. I don't know if you're going to have it enchanted here, or you're going to take it back and talk with somebody who can enchant it for you. Maybe they could give you a good price, or they may even do it, pro bono, which would be really sweet. I mean, a lot of people now, so.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? You alluded last time I was in the yeomanry that I'm getting to be independently wealthy because of the mining rights and stuff like that. I mean, realistically, people of my stature don't run around with chests of gold. They write a writ. Oh, who could write a writ for me?
Is that a writ for a rat? A rat writ?
And then I could always claim it, and then I could roll dice, see if I went chaotic and said that it was fake, and then I don't have to pay it. But that's a whole different story. But yeah, I'm kind of walking in there like Julia Roberts after they figure out that she's dating Richard Gere, and I'm just kind of living on the,
7 and 9.
I'm not saying this, but you can write it off the Bissell. but I didn't say that.
That's what I'm planning on doing with a lot of stuff real soon.
No,
Yeah.
I'm rich. I'm Elon Musk. I'm working for free.
You're pulling an Elon? Okay.
I'm pulling an Elon, but
All right.
I got to look good. So
Right.
I need a new
Like on your
Tesla truck.
body.
Okay. No, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's
Albie, you were doing leather armor at the same time, right?
That is correct. I was with the leather people going, come on.
okay.
You're
So
basically casting off in scraps.
okay, so yeah, as far as leather work, it's not going to take as long as the metalworking part. So instead of 5 days, it's down to 3. And then, of course, if you're looking for enchantment, you can take it elsewhere for enchantment or whatever. But
We'll do that.
the reason it takes so long is because you're looking specifically for craftsmen who are going to make it to masterwork specifications. That's kind of the important part. So, but
Yep.
but yeah, so they get you guys scored away with what what you want, and they give you the time period, and then of course when it comes time for fitting, you guys can come in and they'll actually fit the armor for and make sure that everything is going to fit properly and it's going to look good. That's the beautiful part about it. I mean, this is Greyhawk. This isn't some backwater little town or anything. This isn't Marydale. I mean, come on. gotta make you look good, This is good stuff. All right.
When done with that, then I'm actually going to go to the. Does the yeomanry maintain embassy here?
An embassy here? Yeah. Yeah.
I got a
Master
place to stay.
Tomas. Master Tomas.
Yep.
I did say that we were, after this, going to go visit the twins.
Oh, okay.
Can we go
Like-
see them first?
Sure. I'm just establishing we have a place to go.
Anton and Clarence, see what they're up to.
Yeah, those guys are the best. See what kind of news they got on this evil drought shit.
I think we could share some news with the birth of a bronze dragon,
That is true.
Okay.
where
So
we might profit.
okay. So Kiffi, was there something that you were doing while you were in Greyhawk that you wanted to do while everybody else was split up?
Yeah, well, I'm not super rich or anything, but it's come to my attention that I probably should go see a jeweler and pick up a diamond of a certain quality,
Okay. All right.
just
So-
in case.
Yeah. So you take some time to take a look at a few different shops in the marketplace, but it doesn't seem that anybody here has anything of that value or that quality. But you do remember that there was a place in Amarillo that had wonderful gems, and that was Dennisier's Jewelers in Amarillo. Of course, that's a little bit farther away, but that is definitely something you do know people who actually live in Amarillo, and it might be something you could reach out to them and find
Right there.
a gem of that caliber.
Yeah, okay, well, I don't know when I'll be there. I could maybe just write them a letter and have them be on the lookout.
Okay. Well, I mean, there is different ways to be able to get information back and forth to Raven and Lady Ilia. I don't know if you remember, this is from a few sessions back. There was a magical quill and magical paper that you could actually use to communicate with them.
It came up shows. Oh, well.
Might be something you probably, I don't know who has a hold of it, but one of you has it.
Yeah, I thought that was the property of our friend Timble.
Yeah. Then you might be able to reach out to Temple and find out a little bit more about that. Okay.
You're looking for what?
Okay. Many sessions ago, there was a magical item.
I'm giving you shit and giving him shit. I'm not saying I have it. I'm not saying I don't.
Okay. I get it. I understand. That was funny. Okay. So, unfortunately, you couldn't find a gem that meets the standard that you're looking for. Grenna, were you with Kiffi?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Was there something special you were also looking for?
I used all my acid vials, so I need to replace them.
Okay. That is really easy to get a hold of. There are elixirs and potions masters that have set up kiosks, and there's even a few actual storefronts that you can go in and quickly get those replaced. So how many were you looking to purchase?
4.
Only 4? Okay.
I have 4 acid and 4 fire.
Okay.
So I don't think I need any more than that.
Okay. So like I said, these are really easy to get. It doesn't take a lot of time, and a lot of them already have them pre-made because they are used pretty often. A lot of times you'll have artisans that use them. For acid etching armor, or if they're using they need a fire to either, if they're going adventuring or camping or something of that nature, they're going to be away from civilization, they'll use those. So it is only going to cost you about 5 gold pieces for all 4. Okay. Okay. I can't hear you, but that's okay. I guess you heard me. So, I don't know. Oh. Okay, there you are.
Okay.
Okay. Very, very good. And then finally, I think we're going to circle back really quick to Timble and Tomas. You guys were going to go see the Revo brothers.
Correct. The Revo brothers.
Yeah.
Anton and Clarence.
Yeah, Anton and Clarence. All right. So that is good.
Would you call it a wisdom save to see if I can tell them apart?
What are you laughing
at? It would probably be more of a investigation roll, which would probably be better.
I can't tell them fuckers apart.
Yeah, they're almost pretty similar. But as you walk in through the front door, the little bell rings over as the door closes, and you see one of them. You're not really too sure which one. Peeks his head out from behind one of the bookshelves. I'm sorry.
Do I see them?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you see the one who's poking his head out from behind the.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about I take a look at that?
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, you kind of have a general idea that you've been able to. You've looked at their manner of dress before. While it's kind of hard to tell by their their actual facial features, you realize that Anton dresses a little bit differently than Clarence. Clarence is a little bit more flashy, where Anton wears more simplistic earth tones, and as a artist, you pick up on these things pretty quickly. So the person you're looking at right now is Anton. And he says, and so he looks at you all and says, "Oh, my friends, welcome back." And then you hear him call back to the back, "Clarence, we have company." And so both of them end up walking around the sides of the counter, and they're standing there in front of you. And so, "Oh, we're so happy to see you. Welcome back. Where's everybody else? Is everybody good?"
Good is questionable, but we're all here in town, and they're off doing their own thing at the moment.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we
Good.
thought we'd like to stop by and maybe chew some fat with you and see if you might have some interesting things maybe we could purchase. But we have a new baby brass dragon in the world.
They are. You can see that their faces light up, and it's like, this is wonderful news. This is great. Is the dragon still in your care?
Protected, yes.
Ah, awesome. Excellent. Was the mother notified, Arabistrax?
Yes, she was there.
Ah, great, wonderful. Well, so Anton and looks over at Clarence and says, well, I think we might want to go actually take a look at this so we can sketch and get a little bit more information. This is wonderful. It's been a while since we've been to Celene. And so they look back over at you and say, so that's wonderful news. Is there anything else? I mean, I know you guys have been traveling a little bit.
Yes, we did, and were able to rescue. Crap, I can't think of that the prince's name.
Val.
Yes, we were able to rescue Val. However, it was a very close thing. They were heavily guarded by a drow priestess. Strong enough to kill with a word.
Her name is Adra.
Adra. You see Anton sort of scratching his head, and he says, "A drow?" And it was a priestess, like a cleric.
How can you tell with them barbarians? They all worship a spider woman.
Like a cleric of Loth? Oh, I don't know if
I have no idea. I do not have that knowledge. I don't know of which. All I know is she killed my friend with a word.
Which friend?
Kelex.
And the thing is, she might not have been a priest. I mean, she could have been a sorceress or a wizard. Again, because who can tell with those barbarians from below? But definitely a spellcaster of great power.
I see.
Had to fight my way through a beholder to get out of that one.
Wow, that's impressive.
No, that was
as you can see, he's not beholden anymore.
Yeah, so they chuckle a little about that and said, "Okay, all right. Well, I mean,
Jarn did some great service there. It was not just me alone. Jarn and I had. Well, it was a very close thing. Again.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, wow. So Kelex was actually killed with this spell. Wow, that's pretty bad. So they both said, "Well, Anton looks over and says, Clarence, you've never heard of an Adra, have you?" And she's like, "No, that's new to me." But then again, they look and said, "When was the last time we went to the Underdark?" And they just kind of like, it's probably been at least 200, maybe 300 years. And they were like, "Yeah, it's been a while since we've been there, so we're not really." And where was this again?
I get the damn map again. Zeef?
Zeif?
Yeah, Zeif.
Okay. Oh.
That tongue is hard to wrap around.
Yeah. You traveled pretty far. That's impressive. Well, I mean, we can do some research. We'll find out a little bit more. I think one of the first things that we would like to do. I'm sorry.
So that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't come for information, but if you can find out, that would be wonderful.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to find as much as we can.
We owe that bitch a great load of karma.
Understandable. Uh, they said, well, okay, yeah, as soon as we do, I think what we'll probably do is take a day to travel to Celene and see the baby dragon, talk to Aravistarax, get a little bit more information, maybe make some sketches, definitely some notes. Then we'll be back probably day after tomorrow if you're still here in Greyhawk.
We should be. There's a conclave that we have to speak to. Well, Tomas, do you remember the name of the man who gave his life to bring back Kelex?
I probably do. Let me check. Where would I find that at?
Somewhere in our drunken notes.
Yeah, I know. I think Brian posted about it. I can cheat, or he can tell us, be nice, and just tell us.
By the way,
I'll be nice and tell you. His name was Yusuf.
Yusuf.
Yeah, Cat Stevens. Ooh. Almost got it one. This is 7. Yeah, that's right. Kitzap Yosef.
Yeah.
Somebody almost lucked out.
I don't know if you know the name Yusuf.
It sounds like a Backlunish name. Is this a person that you met in Xive?
Yeah, actually, it was. And when we brought him back to Celene, they opened up a tomb and buried him there.
Oh.
He gave his last wish to Kelex to bring him back to life.
Yeah, you see Clarence kind of. Yeah, you see Clarence kind of his ears perk up a little bit and said, "Oh, he had a pact with a djinn? Wow, that's very brave."
Very desperate.
Yeah, usually those don't work out so well. Usually what that entails is a djinn and a human make a pact. The djinn allows them to have certain amount of wishes, more than the standard 3, but the last wish that they have, once they make it, it usually finishes them. Is that what happened to this man?
Yes.
That's sad. But very fortunate for Kelex that he was saved by, or actually knew someone who was had a djinn pact. That's
it's not so much known that as we escaped with Val, it was they were there. We took him with us. It seemed that he had some respect for both that drow and the fact that Kelex charged her right off the start, and she killed him. And he felt some sort of, I guess, need to bring such a warrior back to life by giving his own. He was a dear friend of Shira and Morzaivi. The last I heard, they had in their youth been a bit of a adventuring party.
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, we actually have a small booklet that was written by Shira herself about their adventures. It ended very tragically, unfortunately. Many of their members were actually killed. Very sad, but still, very, very interesting. And Anton walks back through and pulls a small parchment bundle from it, and on the cover it says "Friends in the Tomb" by Shira Belmeadow.
Wow. I would find that quite an interesting read, I think.
So Clarence says, if you want to check it out for a couple of days, we don't have a problem if you do. Just make sure you return it when you can,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, usually, I mean,
Would you mind if
we don't have another copy of this.
Would you mind me making a copy?
No, feel free if you wish to make a copy for yourself. That would be wonderful. But yeah, great.
I think I might do that.
Okay.
Well, this is great. I'm glad we came up here to kind of back and forth. You guys wouldn't have any equipment that might help us that we could purchase? I mean, I'm still in the same armor I was when I was just the boy, really. So you have anything hanging around?
Well, usually when it comes to armor, we don't really have things like that. We have, of course, adventuring gear.
I'm just looking for cast-offs that maybe, gnome to gnome.
I don't think we have anything on site.
That's fine. It was
a
shot in the dark.
Sorry.
As ambassador from the yeomanry, we would be grateful for anything that you would donate to our cause.
It makes me think if your adventuring gear. I don't know. What do you have that might be of use? Yeah, the circles we're in.
Staff of power.
And I don't know if anything that might help with healing or even our overnights and making meals would be fantastic. I'm always down for something.
Well, of course we always have rations, iron, trail, field. We have cooking utensils. We have backpacks. We have winter clothing. We have blankets.
It'd be great.
Pittons.
Yeah, you've got all the normal stuff. I've got that. Yeah. I wonder, is there anyone that might have the skill to create an automaton, a wind-up cook who could make food for us?
Wind-up cook.
There's this gnome artificer we know.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too. I was like, well, there is somebody, and her too.
Pew-pews, not wine, automatons. So she's not even a gnome. I mean, why would I turn to that little horny one? I don't get it.
Wow. We're getting racist here, aren't we?
Well,
this conversation
like
a while ago.
For 40 plus episodes, she's been lying to us all. So it's a little on my home front. I'm the gnome here, not it.
Okay.
You have any diamonds sitting around or gems worth 1,000 gold pieces?
No, unfortunately, we don't have anything like that. Like I said, mostly we have maps, we have information, we have adventuring gear, but when it comes down to the actual magical stuff, we leave that to the other artisans.
Maps of the Fae? Maps of the Winter Court and the Summer Court, their lands? The ways in and out of Fairy?
Well, as they had explained to you in the past, that they had only been to the Feywild once or twice, and they never went before any courts. They just went and did some exploring.
In a couple of weeks, anything could have happened. Any books that you might know that would be in the library here at Greyhawk that might give us insight that, the local librarians wouldn't want people reading.
All the stuff in the restricted stacks. He said, so Master Timble, unfortunately, most of the stuff that we've had, you've had access to previously. Said Anton and I have not had a chance to go back into the Feywild for some time.
Anton?
Anton and Clarence. Yeah.
Do not call me master. I am shedding every bit of title that I can. You're friends. That's why I speak openly to you.
Just call him Lord Bader.
I no. We're just adventurers here.
Okay.
I mean, if we had a fire and some ale, it would be much more comfortable.
Of course. Said, well, Timble.
You're right, Lord Bader.
I keep joking. I try. The only question that's bad is the one that's not said. You have to know. Otherwise, we're just ignorance and supposition.
Of course. All right. Well, we have some packing that we need to do for our trip to Celene. Is there anything else?
No. And good luck. I'd like to see. I would like to see what you say after seeing the dragon.
Of course.
Hey, Albie, read the chat.
No shit.
But I don't want to.
Okay. So.
Do you have any iron rods?
Iron rods?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
They said, not really too sure.
Belts with iron spikes? Because it would seem someone needs a spanking.
Oh, yeah. And you started off with an iron rod? That seems kind of extreme.
Well,
but efficient.
On who you have and the rope.
Said, unfortunately, iron rods is not something that we usually carry, but thanks for asking.
Nice for having weather.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I unless
Big Mac
says anything.
Tomas, did you have anything that you needed? You're good. All right.
I'm good.
So they bid you a good day, and you all head back out into the market square area there. Let me run back over here real quick to Kelex and Jarn. So, Jarn, you wait there for about a good 40 minutes before the bishop once again returns, and he says, good sir, I was able to get in contact with His Eminence, and he is going to cut short his trip, and he will be back here this evening. So probably within the next 5 hours. So expect him after dinner this evening. And feel free to return with Lord Kelex.
I think Lord Kelex will be here by himself.
Oh, of course. Understandable.
I'm a follower of Zerbo.
Oh, well, okay. And he said, well, thank you for bringing this to our attention. It would be it would be terrible if Lord Kelex would slip from our.
No, I don't think you had any chance of him slipping. The problem is, I think that he needs you
to reassure
collectively to help him reestablish who he is.
Understandable. Mm-hmm. Yes, but we'll see him this evening.
Indeed.
Great, thank you.
I'll make sure he gets here.
So Kelex, is you are you still deep in prayer and thought?
I think I'm gonna get up and
Okay. So as you're walking out, you pass by the bishop, who once again stops you, and he says, Lord Kelex, again, it is wonderful to see you. I have been in conversation with the Hierophant, and he would like to see you this evening after dinner.
Okay.
Yes.
Does this have to do what we spoke about earlier?
Yes, but don't worry about it now. Go with the Arch Paladin's blessing, and have a nice dinner and come back afterwards. Okay.
Will do.
Okay, so you have options. By the time that all of this is all done, you're probably getting closer to about 4 o'clock in the evening, once it's all been said and done and everybody's wrapped up with all their things. You're about an hour out from dinner. Usually that starts anywhere from between 4 and 6. You can, of course, go, like I said before, you can always go back to the embassy. You can go to the Crystal Citadel. You have the full run of the city for the most part. It's not like you're being sequestered anywhere. So what would you like to do?
I need to go to the information desk.
Okay.
You think I'm kidding?
Okay. So
Go back to the Crystal Citadel, go to the information desk.
Okay, so Jarn, you go back to the information desk. And of course, there are two young apprentices standing there, clipboards in hand, checking things. And you walk up, and they immediately recognize you and say, "Oh, yes, Master Jarn, welcome back. How can we help you this evening?"
I need 40 pounds of high quality bronze.
40 pounds of high quality bronze. You see one of them write it down on one of his on a board, and he says, "We can get that for you within the hour. Do you want it delivered to your office?"
Please.
Of course. And so you see the one that wrote it down hurries off down a different passageway. You're kind of figuring, okay, they're going to get it, and so it's going to be in your office within the hour.
Excellent. I'm so happy. Thank you very much. Some of my adventuring companions, and I'm sure they know who those are.
Oh yeah, because you guys have been up here several times.
maybe visiting later. If so, please help them get to where they need to be, because they're kind of clueless sometimes.
Of course, no problem.
Especially Lord Tomas.
Okay.
Ta-da! What did I do?
Yeah, there you go. And I go upstairs, and I am
disrobing.
Well, that loincloth, it's kind of constricting. Yeah.
Okay.
I go up there and I wait for the bronze to be delivered.
Okay. Very good.
You realize I do have a plan for this, right?
I'm sure you do.
All right.
Timble, what were you planning on doing?
I'm going to make. Okay, go ahead, Timble. Go ahead.
2 things. One, I'm going to head off to a smith, and I'm going to ask for 2 things. The little spiky bits that they put into leather to make it a little stronger, little decorative pointy things.
Yes.
I need some of them. Secondly, I would like some iron caltrops made. The other needs to be iron also.
Okay, so you need iron caltrops and you need iron studs for leather.
Bingo.
Okay, cool. Those are very easy to find. Both items are pretty low. I mean, they can be locally sourced. The place that you're having your armor made actually has the studs. You can go to any weapons shop and they'll have caltrops. You can buy them by the pound.
By the crate?
You can buy them by a crate.
You can buy them by the portable hold.
Yeah. So if you're going to buy a crate of them and you're going to buy how many studs are you buying?
I'll buy a crate of those too.
Okay, wow. Okay, so a crate of both items made of iron are going to run you 15 gold pieces.
Got it.
Okay.
Right. If they could have it delivered to Russ's office.
Okay.
I would
Oh.
appreciate that.
Okay.
Secondarily, I will also, I'm going to like set up a little purse and kind of put it as bait on my my belt, and I'm
Okay.
just going to kind of walk around and see if I get some urchins interested in me.
Oh, okay.
Looking for somebody with a little skill, at least.
Okay.
Hey, Jeffrey Epstein.
Damn.
I do not argue that point.
This is worse than when Tomas went looking for a squire. Damn. Okay. So
And
very
while,
good.
and while he's setting it up, as we left the Rouveau brothers, I had to step away and take the dog out real quick. Ambassador Tomas is going to look at one of the Rouveau brothers as Timble walks out and says, "Do you have any Fey books on Fey music, like love songs of the Fey?"
I like the way you're looking at this.
Unfortunately, they do not. Like I said, the only time that they've ever been to the Feywild was very, very short amount of time because they knew the time constraints. Because remember, that if you spend any amount of time in the Feywild, time here goes by quite quickly. So that's one of the reasons you guys have not been to the Feywild yet, is because you're worried about the time issue. So unfortunately,
Or should it go quickly, or might it go slow? I think it goes any which way it will.
Well, according to the Rouveau brothers, the last time that they were there, they had only been there probably about 3 or 4 hours, and they had lost 2 weeks of time.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty substantial.
So if we were to miss the end of the world while in Fey, would we in fact live beyond it? Huh.
We couldn't return.
These are all fine philosophical questions.
We could put out a holding within Fey, perhaps.
Taking over Fey does sound like a great idea.
I love iron.
Okay, so Kelex, after you left the, I didn't know if you were following Jarn or were you going somewhere special?
I think Kelex is in the need of some new armor, so he's gonna go check out some just to have a look, see if there's anything of interest. Right now he's got scale mail, so so he's just gonna have a look.
Okay.
See if there's anything.
What's your current armor class, Bob?
17. That's with the
when
shield, though.
When I'm armored up, I can give you my plate. You might be able to turn that into something if you're trying not to look for something.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, we'll probably have to, get a little, tweaked here and there.
Yeah.
My stature is much more.
We can get an inserted cod piece.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you're calling him a little man. I see.
I think Kelex is like 6'4" or something like that. So yeah, he's need some adjustments.
Yeah, he's a tall guy. So Pav, as you are Kelex, as you were walking around taking a look at some of the different shops and things, you're by yourself. You've as you're picking up this one shoulder piece plate shoulder, you hear someone behind you go to get your attention.
I turn around.
Okay, and standing before you is, from what you can tell, a woman wearing a veil across the bottom part of her face. She looks like she is being attended by another woman who is, you kind of figure, is chaperoning her. And as you kind of look at her a little bit closer, she pulls back the veil, and you see that it is Princess Ela Alzar. And
was she the princess from the embassy?
Yeah, from Cat. She's the Cat princess. Okay. She says, I gather you do not receive communications from your embassy from here. I have been looking to meet with you. Some of some importance.
Is this my lady? So I give her a bow.
She returns.
It has been some time, but you say you wish to speak to me in regards. Can we talk here, or?
I would rather, if you would, if your friends are present, they could have dinner with me this evening at the embassy. I know this is not protocol, but I feel that it's important.
Okay. I believe I have another meeting this evening, but we will be there. Maybe not I, but we'll make sure my friends are there. What time did you say?
If possible, could you be there at the 6th bell?
We will be there.
Excellent. Wonderful. It is good to see you again. I am sorry that we have not been able to talk since the passing of my fiance. I have had a little bit more freedom to roam Greyhawk, and so I was hoping that in the light of some situations that have occurred in the war, I think we have to sit and talk.
And he smiles when she mentions her husband and says, I'm sorry to hear of your loss.
Yes.
I'm not.
She returns the veil, and she says, until then, thank you, Lord Kelex. And she sweeps by, and her and her chauffeur, her chaperone, walk off into the market.
Okay. And well, at that, I guess Kelex is going to go head back to the Crystal Citadel.
Okay. So is everybody else going to eventually make their way back to the Citadel, or what are your plans? I know that Jarn is going there. I know.
I told him that was a
Kelex.
great place to hang out if necessary.
Right. I mean, it's a good base point.
Mm-hmm.
To, because everybody knows where it's at, and you also know it's very protected. You don't have to worry about strange stuff going on. I mean, there's strange stuff always going on at the Crystal Citadel, but it usually doesn't. It's not something that you would have to be concerned about your own safety. Okay.
Ed, are you doing something like what is that? A circumcision fantasy? What?
Circumcision fantasies. Oh my God.
Okay. So
actually, I was going to go to the Yeomanry Embassy, as you might recall. That's where I was going to for the evening. So
right. Okay.
And
so
Timble is more than welcome to come with me. That's my guest.
No, I'm out fishing for urchins.
Fishing for urchins. Okay. So I had promised that we were going to take a 5-minute break at 8:30. So we're going to go ahead and do our break, and then we'll come right back. So if you have to go get something to drink or eat or whatever, folks who are in the chat, thank you very much for hanging out with us. Make sure to chat, because if you chat, that gets you in the running for the $30 Steam gift certificate. And right now I'm looking and I see it looks like Pyro Wave is going to be might be our sole winner, but hopefully we'll get more people and give Pyro Wave a run for his or her money. So
their money, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, their money.
What's this fucking break bullshit?
We're doing a break.
Go piss and be quiet.
Yeah, go drain the weasel or whatever you got to do, or get you some more beer or whatever you prefer, and we'll be right back.
He's red. He's been drinking this whole time.
I was gonna say, drunken bastards here.
Well,
We all should have been drinking. I've been drinking beer and Jack Daniels this whole time, so I figured
Agreed.
this is our drunken one.
well, I'll put it this way: the first two beers I had were 8 point.
You don't even know.
8% alcohol, and then I said no more, and I switched to 5.4. So
I can't
Downshift.
or stairs.
Son-in-law got this last weekend.
oh, cool.
I rather like the Northern Pilsners, and that's what it is. It is pretty good. I like them.
Right. I started off with a Dunkel Hellesbach,
Ooh.
and now I'm at Hefeweizen.
Someone gave me a free case of beer. I think it's Chinese beer. To Sing Tao.
Sing Tao.
Yeah,
Sing
there you
Tao.
go.
It's better than no
okay.
beer. It's better than no beer. And it's
It's
better
better
than
than what?
Korean beer. It's better than no
Okay.
beer. And it's better than Korean beer. Trust me on this one.
I personally am sticking with my PBR, and I thought I almost started this tally of how many beers I drink a year of PBR, and I thought this would be a bad idea.
Yeah, that would be bad for you.
You should probably do a month and then multiply it by 12. And that's the Or a week.
You need to get them to sponsor us, Ed.
No,
I'm
Or
telling
sponsor you.
Dear PBR,
You see this?
you know, I've never
I'll
ever
be back.
liked Jack. Ever.
Donovan was given this. He didn't like it. And I went, it's not bad. So he forced me to take it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a single barrel select from Jack Daniels.
I guess that's not bad. Single barrel wouldn't be bad.
yeah, I don't care if it's from Jack Mehoff, so it's definitely fucking not real bourbon.
Nope, it's not. But yeah, and that's how we roll. But it makes a good, I don't know, Coke and Jack and whatever.
Could be a Jack Mehoff for all we know. So
Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom. All right, Brian, how you doing this evening?
for the record, Cat Stevens wrote a song called "I Wish" or "Wish Wish." So
I don't listen to Cat Stevens.
what's that?
I don't listen to Cat Stevens.
Okay.
But you seem to be hung up on him.
Well,
What's
because
the deal,
his
man?
name was Yosef.
So I know many Yosefs.
Yeah, but he's the most famous one, you know.
No, that's not true.
Who's the more famous Yosef?
Yosef Yahoo.
Oh.
Yosef Yahoo.
I don't know who that is.
Google that.
So,
Anyway.
well, I Googled it like it sounded like you were trying to say it, and it didn't come up right. So,
Well, that's not surprising. Your Google foo sucks.
it seems to entertain you throughout the day. So, kiss mine.
It does. It does. I got to tell you, I got to apologize for not being on point this week. But this has been a hell of a week.
Yep. Understood.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm actually doing my burn time. Our company carries over. You can carry overtime, but then you have to use it in the first 3 months of the year. I had 40 hours that I had to use between now and March, or 15th of March. I'm like, okay, well, guess I'm taking a couple days off. Shit, I'm not giving them that money back.
That explains why you've been so chatty lately.
Or not so chatty, because the not so chatty times where I'm like, you know what, fuck this bullshit. I'm taking a nap.
I get that.
Okay, so we're back from break. So we are here. All righty. So welcome back, everybody. For those folks who were in the stream, thank you all very much for hanging out with us. Looks like we got some more first-time chatters going on. Thank you all very much for chatting with us.
Chatters.
It's wonderful. Yeah, love to see the chatters. So yeah, thank you all very much for dropping by, making sure to put your name in the hat for the $30 Steam card.
Yes.
That'll be fun. Okay. So.
That's my daughter.
Oh. Okay.
The one you met.
Oh, yeah. Yep. It's Olivia. Yeah. Yeah, Olivia is cool. Yeah.
How old is she?
19.
Legal.
Not for you.
Shotgun. And you do realize
She's got very good aim. They
Oh,
were very surprised
Lord.
at the,
I do too. I don't even have to put the seat up.
Okay. So.
Oh, that's right. She is 20. I'm sorry. I was mistaken.
Olivia's 20.
Her birthday was this month. I keep forgetting.
February 4th.
Good job, Dad.
Yeah.
Hey, that's right. When we flew out to go see Michaela and I booked the tickets, I gave Gil our daughter's birthday and my birth year for some reason. So that's okay.
Yeah.
That was fun.
So
I'm
that's
so
what-
glad you did that. You know, every time I have to, well, what's their birthday? And I sit there and I have to run through the whole list to determine whose birthday.
And the military really likes it when you combine your social security number and your sponsor's social security number and give it to them.
Oh, I bet.
They love that.
Okay.
I simply do not provide the information to anyone because nobody asked me about a date. Don't. I missed my wife's birthday twice. So, I mean, come on. I'm not a good date person. You know, if one of my kids were to show up on here, I'd be like, it's one of them. No idea.
Yes, but I have 7. I have 7. How many do you have?
I just have one.
But I do keep all of the birth certificates and shot records and social security cards. So I do have that bit of protection.
Very good.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so we're back. So yes, by the so right now it's getting closer and closer to if everybody is heading back or getting close to heading back to the Crystal Citadel. Timble, I need you to make a percentile roll.
Just a simple percentile.
Yeah, and then tell me high or low before you roll it.
I'm going high.
Okay, let's see what you get.
6.
6. Yeah, 57. Yeah, that's actually higher than that. So Temple, as you were kind of making your way through the once you've left the
Slowly
remote,
making my way through these stalls, looking at stuff and
yeah. I need you to make a perception check. I think it's a perception check or an insight. Yeah. Was it? We have perception, right?
Yes, we have perception.
Oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, you realize, Temple, as you're being, you're being more, kind of, not really shifty. You're just walking through, but every once in a while, keeping your head on a swivel, looking.
I'm waiting for the lad to take it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you do realize that there is a group of young some kids, street urchins, as you would probably lovingly call them, seem to be going around and looking for targets.
Do I have a with that roll? Did I perceive one that might be the leader of the pack?
Yeah, you do see one that looks like he kind of stands out and stands back from the group itself, sort of the eyes and ears.
I think I'll slowly walk along the stalls towards him,
Okay.
and then I'd like to act like I'm passing by, and then lean up against whatever stall he's leaning up against, and ask him. So, exactly which one is eventually going to pick my pocket? I've been waiting.
So are you approaching stealthily, or are you going to do something? Or are you just going to kind of?
I'm just slowly walking past him. I mean,
okay.
If he moves and runs, he's giving it all up. So he's an amateur anyway. But I just like to walk right up past him and then quickly back and stand next to him and talk.
Okay. Well, I mean that sounds totally fine and all perfect. So yeah, as you walk kind of back to the side of him and you say that to him, he quickly turns around and gives you a very sharp look, and he says,
we're all friends here.
But sir, and as you look at him, he just slowly brings the bag that you had on your belt, and he drops it in your hand.
Oh.
So we already had you.
Oh, that's good. Good. Could you get the? Well, sure. You want to try that? We can go opposing roles. Since I've been waiting for that, could you? Do you guys have a place to which we can talk?
I'm sorry, sir. There's our benefactor. Our benefactor would not really appreciate.
Benefactor?
Yes.
I'm not talking about swaying you from someone else. I have some questions, opportunities.
He says he kind of looks you over and he says, "By the way you're dressed, it looks like you're some sort of like official."
Just still trying to get rid of that crap.
Uh-huh.
Don't ever trust a queen. Don't ever. If you're good, one day that'll be really good advice.
You know the Queen of Greyhawk?
No.
Oh. What other queen is there? Really? I've never been outside the city walls. I don't know anything about it. I'm literally just an idiot here. But I have very nimble fingers.
I know how that goes. Come on, let's talk.
He looks over at one of the other fellows and gives a whistle, and one of the younger ones says, "Just go around a couple of more times, see what else you can pinch." He said, "I got to talk with this gentleman."
Yeah.
And so,
Have you taught them the sound of gold yet?
I'm sorry?
Have you taught them the sound of gold?
Oh, yes. The sound of gold and silver, the difference in the ping, and
who wants a cut penny anyway? Come on, let's go.
So yeah, you'll all end up walking over more closer to the Talon and Turkey and set down, I guess, right outside. The Talon and Turkey is already closed for the day. They don't do dinner, but you all are sitting there. And he said, "So, sir, if you are not a part of the King's Guard, and obviously you're not."
Oh, no.
"Then what is it that you require from a lowly street urchin such as myself?"
Don't ever denigrate yourself. Don't ever.
Well, I do have to put on a good show.
You're working and you're putting food on your table and protecting your men. And women, however you want to put that. But no, something odd is happening, and I may be going somewhere. And I had a thought that maybe if you know some people who are, they may not be quite as quick of the finger, not quite so worldly and understanding, they would have a hard time in this world. You know that, and I know that. They'd have to get some skill. And not everyone is built to jump in the middle of everything.
True.
If you know those people, I would like to speak with some of them. I like to give them an option, not one that I would take. It's not one that you would take. You're too far into this world, if you will. But I may soon be in some dire straits with a Fae, and they really do like the young ones. And if the young ones are looking at this world and saying it's too much for me, I'd rather actually give them an option, because the Fae may take them under their own wing, and they may have a real chance at a life. It's not my life, not your life, but one.
Yeah. And as you're saying this, and your mention of the Fae, you can see that the color is draining slowly from his face.
No, I'm not taking anyone who's not willing. I'm looking for people who go, man, I just can't cut it anymore out here. I'm not good for this. I'm not good for that. You know, they're there. They're just waiting to die. Let's be honest. I'm giving them an option and giving them a chance. That's all it is.
I said, Sir, this is a very strange request. I mean, I'm sure I can find someone.
It feels like a dirty one. I don't like asking it, but I think we can bridge worlds here and make a better life for someone.
I know.
I mean, it's got to be better than just hoping for scraps from their friends who are capable.
He says, I might know of a person who may fit that bill.
And if I can meet them, I would love to do so.
I got it.
I would happily buy them a turkey sandwich tomorrow. Here.
You're sold for a turkey sandwich.
People have been sold for much less.
Much less, yes.
I'm sure.
Give you a turkey sandwich on Tuesday.
He says, so where do you want to meet them here tomorrow at lunch?
Here, tomorrow.
At lunch?
Yes. A bit earlier than lunch. Let's aim for what these others would call brunch time, 10:30, 11, before the big push from the Citadel for the turkey sandwiches. I'll buy one for you if you play escort. That way I know exactly who I'm talking about. Your name?
My name is Silas.
Silas.
Yes.
Well, I am Timble, Snivenblaven.
Well, it's nice to meet you, sir.
I was one time the voice of Bissell. And if we can get this war ended, I'll be nothing to Bissell. And happily nothing. Boy, I do tell you, the best advice, stay out of the big game. It's just, and people just load you with, with their problems. And suddenly they expect you to fix everything. And no, you don't want to do that. It's a better game to play a step down.
If he becomes your apprentice, you can call him Silas the Stylus.
He says,
I was thinking of heroes when he said Silas.
Said, so, sir, I have to be getting back to my...
I'll throw him another purse and say, that's for your trouble.
He tips the cap that sits on his head and says, thank you, sir. Yep. I will see you tomorrow before lunch here. And he...
and I'll toss him a little thieves' cant with a sign.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah. He returns it also to you. He understands the cant as he moves off back into the market. Okay.
I'll head on in.
Okay, so everybody is now making their way back up to the Crystal Citadel. I know that Jarn is already there. Kelex is there. I believe everybody else is going as well.
Yes.
Okay. So, Jarn, you've been up there for a while working. Probably right about the half-hour mark, there is a knock at the door, and two of the apprentices are there with carts, small, like hand carts, and they bring in your 40 pounds of bronze, I think it was, or brass.
High-quality bronze.
High-quality bronze. And they start to unload it into your office.
Okay. Thank you very much. I tipped them each 5 gold.
Okay, they immediately they accept, said thank you, sir, and they take their carts and they retreat. A few more minutes later, the rest of the adventurers make their way up to your office, and as they see you going through this impressive pile of bronze, high quality bronze, and let's get that straight.
It's important, actually.
Yeah. So you all are there, and I'm putting the scene back to you.
Can y'all excuse me for about 5 minutes? Fabricate on this bronze into flat metal plates, circular, with a 12-inch diameter.
Okay. Yep.
However many 40 pounds will give me.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So now we have to sit here and kind of figure this out. How many are you expecting to create?
What was the dimensions?
Well, the 12-inch diameter by 1/8 inch in thickness.
Oh, wow. Okay, so like
I'm looking at about 150, 200.
And how much weight did you have? How many
40
pounds?
40 pounds.
Okay.
I'm glad somebody's looking this up.
Eddie, you doing the math?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going. You guys go. I'll get to it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So while that is all happening and stuff like, is there anything else anybody else is doing while they're here? As you all are watching these magics play upon this pile of high quality bronze, is there, I mean, of course you all can talk or chat or whatever you're having to do. Yes.
I'm going to try to throw a caltrop into the making.
Okay.
Yes, I will be happy to explain to you what I'm making.
I'm just throwing caltrops in there. I got
No,
nothing better to do.
No. Let me explain what I'm making. I'm a fire mage, right?
Okay, so
when I do shit blows up, right?
So one. Okay.
So the problem is most of the stuff that I get my spells from
12
are paper.
Ah,
You see an issue here?
I see what you're doing. No, I don't see
You'd
an
get 53.
53?
You'd get 53 plates.
53 plates. Melinda did the math.
Thank you, Melinda.
And it's still 40 pounds.
Yes. Because
Not
1
anymore.
ounce of bronze or bronze smashed will give you 2 inches by 1 1/4. So if we bring that up and spread it out, it would take 12 ounces roughly.
12 ounces per
disc. So 12 divided by 640 ounces, which is what the 40 pounds would be, is 53.
Now I just need 3 days to enchant.
That works because I'm waiting on armor.
So the kids.
I just something useful tonight.
So the listeners at home said, "Yeah, this D&D is really just math. It's just math." with a dragon thrown in every once in a while.
They're not wrong. They're
not wrong.
Okay, so yeah, you're able to create these plates which is pretty good. So right now so that's all finished. Everybody's here. Is there anything else that you're doing?
Me right now? No, I'm done with the enchanting. I need to do the 8-hour thing tomorrow.
Right. Okay. Very good.
Is everybody here, Brian?
Yes, everybody is there.
Okay. All right, so Kelex is gonna kind of, I guess he's looking at Jarn doing whatever he's playing with his bronze bricks.
53.
So yeah, 53.
He's going to mention to everyone that he bumped into Princess, was it Ella Alzar?
Yeah, Ela Alzar.
Ela Alzar, and she wishes to meet us at the Ket Embassy tonight at 6.
Okay.
She said it was of importance. Unfortunately, I believe at 5, I must meet with the Hierophant at the Temple of Heironius.
Understandable.
Actually, you're supposed to meet with the Hierophant after dinner. So
Oh,
anytime after 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna have dinner with Ela.
So let's go to dinner with Ilya, or whatever her name is,
Ela.
and see what we can get into.
Okay. Well, very good. So, yes, after you're finished making your plates, you all start to make your way back down into the city of Greyhawk. You pass by your embassy, of course. Yes, Timble?
While I'm there, can I inspect his bathroom?
Sure.
Did someone replace the
bag of holding?
receptacle with a bag of holding?
No.
So it's not a janitorial thing.
Right.
That's too bad. All right. Just had to know.
Had to know. Okay. Yeah, so as you're making your way to the Ket Embassy, you pass by, of course, the embassy to the Bissell Embassy. You can see the guards are standing out front. Yeah, you all wave as you walk on by and stuff of that nature. And you finally arrive at the Ket Embassy about another block and a half away. As you approach, you see that the guards immediately come to attention. Yes?
Before we left,
Okay.
contingency, teleport, physically restrained.
Okay.
Okay, the contingency spell goes off
Okay. If you are restrained.
with the teleport spell
Okay.
if I am physically restrained.
Okay. Cool. All right. That makes sense. Okay. Cool. So yeah, as you approach the guards in front of the Ket Embassy come to attention. They open the gate for you, and you are allowed passage. You get to the door where another guard is waiting, and he opens the door for you and instructs you to wait in the entry hallway. Within just mere seconds of you see a gentleman. You can only guess is probably the ambassador, the actual the ambassador from Ket to Greyhawk, greets you, and he says, yes, the entourage from Bissell. Her Majesty has asked that you await for her in the meeting office. And he opens up 2 wide double doors. You all had not seen these before. Those doors were, of course, shut before, but he opens up into it's a very beautiful office space. And he says, please make yourself comfortable. Her Majesty will be with you momentarily. And as he walks back out, he closes the door behind him. You don't hear a locking mechanism or anything like that. It's just a simple click. The last time you were here, you met with her in the garden. So you actually
Yeah, they
had
wouldn't let
kind
us
of a
go to the ranch.
brunch. Yeah.
What was her title at the
Just like a
previous
princess.
at the previous meeting? What was her title?
Well,
Princess, wasn't it?
she's a princess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she referred to as Her Highness at that point?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's been elevated.
So, as you enter the room, you kind of take a look around. I need everybody to make a perception check.
I got to roll something.
Yay! We're rolling stuff.
What could possibly go wrong?
Not very well, but okay.
Almost had a nat 20 out there.
Mm-hmm. Almost.
Yeah, it rolled right by. I was like,
Okay.
Actually hoping for a natural one.
Like 3 of us got 11. That's nice.
Okay, so that's all fine. So Timble, okay, so Timble, actually you did really, really well. Tomas and Kelex, as you're sitting there, you find some chairs and you sit down, just kind of look over. The desk is very clean. You notice that there are again a lot like when you were outside and when the entrance hallway had beautiful plants in there, but as you're kind of shifting, you see that there is a couple of really beautiful pictures. These are portraits that had been painted. You're not really too sure who the people are, but you kind of guess that they are members of the royal family.
I have a 25 on history check on that.
Well, being that you rolled so poorly with your perception
Earlier.
yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of takes it out of the running. Grenna, yeah, Grenna, as you look around, you kind of focus on this picture a little bit and understand that what you're looking at is obviously the picture of the royal family. There is a man dressed in finery who is standing. There is a woman who is sitting. A very beautiful. She looks a lot like Ela, and you see that there are 2 young people, a boy and a girl. Probably this picture is probably about 10, maybe 12 years old. It's that you can see that they're in their late teens. But when it comes to it all, Timble, you are drawn to this picture so it's like your eyes can't take your eyes off of it. And as you were looking at it, you realize that you know the man who is standing in the picture.
And he is?
You know him as the elderly man, Yusuf.
Oh,
Shit.
He has the same eyes, the same amber-colored eyes. Yeah.
I will immediately go, huh. So why would Yusuf be in the dungeons, yet here on the painting? And I will
It's
draw
his ears.
everyone over to it.
He definitely perks up when he hears the name. What do you mean, Timble?
Look at the man. That's clearly Yusuf. Look at the eyes.
Look at the boy.
What about aging? Focus on the eyes.
Look at the boy. That's your answer.
That's a bad.
You roll
statement.
11-2 there, Yarn.
What?
Didn't you roll 11-2? I'm sorry.
What?
Can I take the painting down?
He was just saying, look at the boy.
It looks like
he
it's.
wasn't talking about the painting.
It looks like it's extremely heavy. And of course you don't want to damage it in any way. So, I mean, you can give it a try with disadvantage. It would be a strength check, not a save.
Let me hit it with a levitate.
Hit it with levitate.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you're struggling to try to get it off of the wall, you realize that this is a gilded frame, and it is extremely heavy, and it is kind of bolted in the back. So there's no real way to get it off of there unless you really.
So it's firmly affixed to
It's
the wall,
affixed.
as opposed to just put up with a wire, as it were. Huh.
Yeah.
So does Kelex actually kind of now realize who the gentleman is?
Yeah, so Kelex, as you're standing there, as Timble is kind of wrestling with this frame, you look and give the man a very, very close. You scrutinize it, and you realize that it can't be anyone other than the elderly man who pretty much gave his life to bring you back from the shadow realm.
And I kind of realize what the picture is painting is of, right? It's family members, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. Okay.
Yeah, and the finery that he is wearing, the woman who is sitting there obviously is his wife. He is obviously of some royal. He is obviously some royal in the Ket line, but you're not too sure.
That gentleman, pointing at the 12-year-old boy, is our problem.
That is an issue, isn't it?
So as you're all standing around looking at this picture, you hear the door click open, and you see Ela Elzar walk in. She is changed for dinner, and she immediately stops and looks at all of you as you're kind of standing around looking at this picture. And she says, "Welcome. I see that you're quite enamored with this piece of artwork. I particularly love it."
Who? And I guess Kelex is going to be kind of abrupt about this. Who is Yusuf to you?
She goes, "Oh, that's the Emperor. That's my father."
Then why was the Emperor?
We have some very unfortunate news.
She looks at you and says, "Wait, I'm sorry.
Why was the Emperor in the Zeif dungeon?"
She says, "That's impossible. The Emperor is on the throne in La Pola."
No, he is not.
I'm sorry, but if you're trying to tell me that my father is not on the throne, that he's actually sitting in a prison somewhere?
No, he is not in a prison now. He is in a tomb.
You can see that she is not. She's not taking this information well, and she says, "Well, how do you know this?"
Because
he gave his life for me, and Kelex says this while he's staring at the painting.
Emperor, Your Highness. Your Highness.
You can see that she's completely speechless at this.
We were in Zeif not 3 days ago. We went to the dungeon to save Prince Val of Celene. While we were there, we rescued 2 other people from the dungeon, along with Prince Val, Yusuf being one of them. We lost Kelex. He died. And Yusuf used the last wish of his jinn to revive him.
You see her hand just kind of goes to her, her lips in shock. And
do you know Adra?
Adra?
Yes. I've heard of her, but I've never met her. I've never been to Zeif.
She was says, the one that responded when we broke in.
She says, "I'm sorry. but this is very, very hard for me to understand. And she, you see that she's getting ready to cast a spell. I need everybody who make a arcane knowledge check.
Counter spell.
Okay.
Reaction. Counter spell.
All right.
Reaction, pointy end of my rapier.
Okay, so you made an arcane knowledge check. Kelex, I don't know. You didn't. You just did a reaction.
Yeah.
Timble, Kelex, both of you realize that she's about ready to cast this, that it is the beginning of a Zone of Truth spell. And as she tries to finish it, it is immediately counterspelled by Jarn. She draws back and looks at you all with the trust that she had in when she first walked in is gone. And she says, I think it would probably be wise of you to leave now. I think our business here is done.
I don't
She
think
was a
it is.
princess Ket.
Wait a minute. So she was going to cast a spell without telling us what it was, and she got mad that we protected ourselves?
That we reacted.
Typical woman.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to
I'm
slide towards the
I'm just
door.
going to point out that I'm an ambassador and she's violated
Yeah.
diplomatic protocol.
Your Highness, you cast a spell. You were casting a spell. I don't know what spell that was.
Your Highness.
Tell the truth, you may
Because
cast.
obviously Kelex having the spell, he knew exactly what it was.
Yeah, I'll sheath my
Apologies.
rapier.
We are probably a little bit gun shy through the things we have been lately. However, let me recast the spell for you, with your permission.
She looks at you sharply and says,
I am curious on why your father was in a prison and why he would save my life.
so be it. Cast your spell.
All right, I cast Zone of Truth.
Real quick, is the whole room 60 feet?
Yeah, I would say that would probably be a good way to put it. Yeah.
Ambassador
It's a big
Waverly is going
place.
to go over. He's going to walk over to one of the corner, kind of hanging like the corner, that he's not in the zone.
Ask your question, Your Highness.
And I'll be standing inside the middle of the zone.
Okay. So she
I'm going to
again.
try to be standing next to her.
Okay. So once you cast it, she looks at you again, Kelex, and says, so what you're telling me is that my father was in the prison in the city of Xive, and that he died freeing you from bringing you
Death.
back from the dead. Is this true?
That is the truth.
She immediately just, and you can see her head is shaking. She's very, very upset. And she walks around behind the desk and sits down, and she says, I'm sorry, I did not believe you.
I wouldn't believe us either. It's rather weird.
As she stutters, she said, do you know where he's at? Can you bring him here?
No,
Um,
not yet. He's in a tomb in Celene, in Evestat. He had friends there.
He had friends in Celene?
Friends.
He
Yeah.
never told us about. He never mentioned
his
friends.
adventuring days.
In his youth.
From his youth.
She just.
Yes, he in his youth was with Morris Ivy and Shira.
Sure.
And I will actually produce the, well, I've been working on it in the off hours. I don't know how far I've gotten along, but I will actually, we'll jump. I won't have had time yet. So I'll produce the actual copy and say this book I'm going to copy, but it should have their adventuring days, well, at least historically verified. But
prestidigitation, bring up images of Mos Eisley and what Shara.
I'll flatly say that they showed not just a modicum of respect, but great respect. He lies in state.
She just breathes heavily, trying to keep her tears back.
You have a charlatan sitting on your seat.
Your Highness, when was the last time you actually spoke with your father?
It's been almost a year.
Any writings, letters?
No.
Any means of communicating a spell? I guess when you spoke with him last, was it in person?
No, it's been some time. I mean, we do communicate. We've communicated over the last couple of months, but it's always been by messages and sendings. Nothing face to face.
Do you have any of those letters with you? I know this is
yes, and she opens
personal.
You hear a clicking sound as she a hidden lock. She moves and she pulls out the drawer, and she takes out a small stack of handwritten letters and places them on the desk in front of her.
Timble, do you mind if
I'll go through them quickly as I can and verify that there were.
I'll ask. Oh, I was going to ask first. Do you mind if Timble has a look through those letters?
What do you think you'll be able to find from they're just...
I may be able to
unsure.
see changes in the lettering, anything that might show a sudden change.
Our Timble is very talented in the written word.
So she pushes them towards you, Timble, and as she sits there and watches intently. So if you
what do you need me to roll?
Investigation. Okay. So as you're going through these, you went to the one that was the latest, or the last, or I'm sorry, the one that has been the oldest one first, as you looked at it and tried to get it. And as you're going through some of the other ones, you're looking for fine details in the handwriting, and also the use of grammar, the use of punctuation, and seeing that after about this, there are 8 letters here. After the second letter, things start to look out of place. To the eye of an untrained person, such as the princess, she would not have picked up on it, but you see that this is not the same person. That there is subtle differences in the strokes of the pen, but also in the lack of certain punctuation, which was present in the first letters.
Your Grace, around, and I'll say the date, something has changed, and I'll point out to her the subtle changes and the things that she might not have been looking for, and just show that there's a change. Clearly, some of these are not right.
So as she follows your finger as you show her the differences in the writing styles and the punctuation and grammar, you can see that there is this dawning realization that she has been misled. And she turns to you and says, but who would do something like this? I mean, this doesn't make any sense.
Well, there's
When's the
something
last time
great
you heard from
going
your-
on in the world.
Agreed. When's the last time you heard from your brother? And I kind of indicate toward the painting.
Unfortunately, Aziz and I do not usually see eye to eye on things, and we have not talked in some time. As a matter of fact, I believe it was him who had sent me here to be out of the way. And then she looks up at you and says, out of the way. This is why I've been here. To get, and this dawning realization just flashes across her face. It's like, oh my God, I've been out of the way. And you can see she is very upset at this knowledge as it bears down upon her.
Ila, your grace, where exactly do you sit in the line of your people?
I, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I don't really know. My brother Aziz is older by 3 years. I am eventually to be wed. I was supposed to be wed by now, but Mohiam was slain in combat, so I don't know where. I really don't know where or what I'm supposed to be now. Obviously, I'm out of the way.
I wouldn't say out of the way. I would say that you're safe. I would say that you are not in the line of fire. I would say that you are waiting for your time.
Should we secret her to her father's resting place?
If she
What do
agrees.
you think?
If she agrees.
No, yes.
If she agrees. And if not, I would recommend that you get some trusted people close to you.
We can get you there and back with no one being wiser.
I don't think I want her coming back. I'd rather her stay safe somewhere.
That's not our choice.
Again, if she agrees. I'm not demanding these things. I'm just making sure that we're prudent.
Okay.
And taking care of.
Are you going to present this as a possible?
To her, yes.
Okay.
We're speaking aloud.
Oh, yeah. She kind of looks at you all as you're doing this, and it's like, she said, so this place that my father is laying, I can go there to see for myself. It's not. No, I trust you. You spoke the truth. And as you can see, she wipes away a tear and she says, I'm just. Oh, can we go now? Is there a way to go now?
Send it to me.
It's expensive.
Yes.
Jarn?
All right, 2 more. I can get us there and back.
We got to be here in the morning.
Do
we all need to be here?
I can get us there and back. You, Kelex,
I have an appointment to keep.
So everybody but Kelex is going back to Elstad. Yay! Teleport.
Okay,
We'll be back here tomorrow for your conclave. Correct?
What? I don't care. I'm not really interested in the conclave. I don't care about the conclave.
Well,
we're going to be here for the conclave. We need to warn the world.
Yeah, the thing about the thing
are active.
Okay. Well, yeah, but Mos Eisley has not come back yet. Is not headed this way yet either. So we can always pick up a ride with him if we need to.
and that
Okay.
way we can get back here. We could get
Yeah, we're good.
Lord Thomas his armor. I can get mine. Don't you dare start doing that, or I will start calling you little Tommy once again.
All right,
Kiffi,
guys,
So the princess says, I was not prepared to go out. I must be presentable. So she says, please hold on. I will return shortly. This time when she leaves the door open. She doesn't close it behind her. And you see her ascend a set of stairs right across directly from that doorway. It takes her probably about 5 minutes tops when you see her finally come back down. She is wearing something similar to what you saw her wearing, Kelex. It was a flowing robe. She has the veil across her face. She looks exactly what you would expect a Princess of Ket to look like. She once again enters the room, closes the doors behind her, and she said, "I've said nothing to the ambassador. Should I probably warn him that I am actually leaving?"
No.
Yes.
No warnings. They will attempt to lock her. We don't know who's involved with all of this. We know she.
And also, they may say that we took her by force.
All right, look. Let the ambassador know. Why? Because once we get to Evestat, I plan on calling in the guard for a diplomatic escort.
Well, actually, Russ, that's what I was going to say. We should let Instad know ahead of time that we're coming in with a...
No fucking way.
Because, you're choosing where you're coming in. We're
no,
coming in.
We're not. We're coming in.
It's kind of funny that we all are looking at it that way, because I thought send notice before. And then I talked myself out of it and I said, nah, we go in and then we ask for someone to come, guys, and then we work it.
Here's the deal. I've got 2 spells. I go 1 and back. That's it. The only place I can go
in rest tonight
is Masa's house.
We're not coming back tonight. You will have access to your spells. It will be on the morrow that we return.
Your Highness, do you trust the ambassador?
I've known him all my life. He's one of my father's most trusted.
That wasn't the question.
Tomas looks
and the Zone of Truth still up too.
Thomas looks at him and says, "Of course you trust me."
Can we leave a missive, write something here that says we're taking her to her father?
Yeah, write a note saying, "I was not kidnapped. Be back soon."
Basically.
Wink,
I think
wink, wink.
To talk, it's going to go badly.
Okay.
I'm sure they got a safe word she can use.
Kelex, I ask for forgiveness. I do not ask for permission.
Yeah,
right,
Your Highness, we will leave that decision up to you. If you feel like you trust the ambassador and you feel that he may worry that you're gone, then that is up to you.
She says, "I can actually tell my handmaiden, and that should probably cover everything."
And you trust her?
Yes, I do. Okay. And you can tell that the Zone of Truth is definitely still up, so she impeccably does. You see her once again leave the room, and you see, just as she's about ready to go upstairs, you see another woman. Looks like the exact same woman that you met, her chaperone in the market. And you see them talking and you immediately notice that the handmaiden is shaking her head. It's like, you can't, you can kind of overhear, it's like, you can't go with them. They're the enemy. How can you trust them? And you see the princess just put a hand on her shoulder and says, I believe that they're telling me the truth. I have to go. If I don't go now, I don't know when I will get a chance to see if this is so. And the handmaid says, if that's your wish, Your Highness, that's totally up to you. Do you want me to go with you? And Ela says, no, just stay here. If anyone has any questions, just tell them that I'm sleeping. You know that usually I take rest after dinner. I know that we haven't even had a chance to eat dinner yet, and I know it's probably sitting there. Can you kind of hide some of the food? And so they go back and forth for a couple of more minutes, and then finally you see that the handmaiden leaves, and Ela comes back in and shuts the door behind her and looks over at you, Jarn, and says, so what's the next step?
First, realize that as long as I'm here, you have a way to get to wherever you need to go. Let me rephrase that. As long as it's Pellic, Evistat, or Greyhawk.
Yeah, she kind of looked at you and says, yes, I was kind of wondering. I mean,
Yeah,
it would
wizard with limitations.
I don't think it would be wise for me to return to Lapola
So
anytime in
here's
the
the deal.
future.
Here's the deal.
Yes,
If you're prepared to go,
I am.
I'm prepared to send you.
Okay, let's do this.
Teleport.
Okay,
well,
so
hold on. Wait a minute. I'm not going. I'm going to look at Her Majesty and say, Your Majesty, I
You need to
am
go.
sorry for your loss. And what's that?
You need to go.
Yeah, I know. I can't go. I'm sure my allies here will keep you completely safe until your return. And with that, he kind of bows and he sees himself out.
okay, so everybody else except for Kelex is going. Nobody else is staying, right?
Well, I think there's a dwarf that should stay.
I was going to stay with him. That way, I'm the only ambassador here, so I can represent a neutral with Kelex.
Okay,
Quid pro quo.
so Kiffi, are you going or staying?
I'll go.
Okay, so you're going to instead.
If I would
I'm
prefer
going to
to stay because
offer,
I like to have an adult.
Hey,
I'm going to offer her my blade.
Because the other group won't have one.
I will be her protection.
What are you offering her?
My blade. I
Oh,
will be her protection.
Okay. So
What do you think? I mean, Tomas by himself.
I'm with.
Oh, really? Thank you.
No,
I know I'm having a crisis at the moment, but come on.
no, Alex, you have an agenda. You know where you're going. You know what you're doing. Tomas is kind of
Runs off on.
I wouldn't say loose cannon because that would be an insult to loose cannons. So
Do we have cannons in Greyhawk?
yes, we do. Well, not
Yes.
in Greyhawk. I know we have one up in
With Pellic.
where the hell we started off.
With Pellic.
wherever
With
that-
Pellic.
True light.
yeah,
Oh, that was the telescope / monorail.
We have,
No, that was a weapon. That was a weapon.
I thought she built
Okay.
something.
Grenna built a cannon in Pellic.
Okay. So you open up the portal, and everybody everybody who's stepping through steps through, and now those people who step through, you are in the Mage's Tower of Aldor Moore's Ivy in Celene. All the rest of you are still standing there in the office of Her Majesty Princess Ela Alzar. So I'll take care of you guys first. So So are you leaving the? You're leaving the embassy, I
I'm going
suppose.
to take care of you guys.
Everybody that's there with
Yes.
Kelex, raise your hand. Everybody that's there with your okay. Everybody okay.
Okay, so Timble, Kelex, and Tomas. I guess you all are going to take your leave and start making your way toward the door.
Quickly.
Okay.
Yes.
Quickly.
Okay. Yeah.
I will ensure that she comes along. I'll be at her back, and I will be no more than 5 feet behind her.
What are you talking about?
Wait, what?
Where are you again? Are you in Evestep? Are you in Greyhawk?
I thought I was in Greyhawk.
You are now.
Yeah, but did you teleport or did you stay with Kelex?
That's right, Enisset. You didn't go. You're telling me that you did not go to
Kelex is in Greyhawk. He's staying in Greyhawk.
Yeah, Kelex is staying in
Where are you
Greyhawk.
supposed
Greyhawk
to get us
City.
back? Because you claimed that we could be back.
Tonight. But later.
So you're not.
But later.
All right. I don't know what's going on. So
All right.
I'm going on with the princess.
Okay. So
You're
it's
with the
it's
princess?
only Kelex and Tomas that stayed behind. Okay. So either Kelex or Tomas, you can go ahead and give me a high or low, and then roll a percentile.
Can I roll a d20 instead? And if I roll a 20, it's great.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tomas. It's worth a shot.
Yeah.
Promoted B.
Hey, call it.
I'll roll. You mind me rolling because I haven't got to roll a high percentage yet. So
Okay. So is it high or low before you roll?
I'm gonna go low because that's how I'm feeling.
Okay.
45.
Slow,
All right, let's see if this works. Ready? That's
Okay.
how Kelex is feeling. All right.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay, so as your hand touches the doorknob, and just as you do so, you hear the voice of the ambassador said, "Gentlemen, are you leaving so soon? Dinner is served."
I'm afraid, Your Ambassador, that I have a meeting with the Hierophant at the Church of Heironius. So, myself and Lord Tomas needs to attend this meeting.
Oh, I understand. That's fine. Is the princess still meeting with your friends?
She will be for quite some time. We're really waiting on her to. Well, they're sharing some sensitive information that even I'm not privy to as ambassador to the yeomanry. So they've asked us to step out, and that's why I'm heading out with Kelex, so that I don't impugn or compromise my loyalties to other regions. You understand, Ambassador?
Okay, make a deception check with advantage. With advantage.
That was pretty good, Ed. I liked it.
Yeah, it was really good. That's why you're getting the advantage.
How do you roll this with advantage?
Kelex would have a hard time lying.
Right
I'm
click.
just
Right click.
going to toss it twice.
Right click.
Right click. Too late.
Oh wow! Wow!
Wow!
It was going to happen. Oh, well, that would have been nice. Okay, so yeah, you were able to make a. You were definitely easily able to make it, and so he says, "Well, will you be returning this evening?"
We will be. In fact, Ambassador, if you could escort us down to the temple, I'm sure that anybody that might hinder Lord Kelex, you would be able to facilitate us through any ways. And I'd love to talk about future crop and trade transactions between the yeomanry and ourselves.
Was that crop dusting?
Well, I was going to crop dust him.
Crop dusting. Okay, he says, unfortunately, I have a household here to maintain, as well as being an ambassador. I'm sure you will be able to find your way to the Temple of Heironius. Yes. And he motions for the guard to open the door for you and says, have a good evening. And
Good evening.
yeah, make an insight check.
He
Ed,
doesn't believe us.
Yeah,
Ed,
insight check.
Ed, I gotta say that was slick.
That was slick.
That was good.
Okay, so Kelex and Tomas, as the door kind of shuts behind you, you kind of realize that he seemed a little, well, not really agitated, but he had a suspicious kind of air to him, that he might not know what is going on, but he feels that there is something happening. But that was about as much as you could read from it. Okay. So
Well said, Lord Thomas. Well said.
Yeah, very well done. Very well done. That was some good. That was some good.
Out of there.
That was some major BSing right there, right?
You should get
Okay.
a point of inspiration for that.
You should get a point of inspiration for that. That's pretty cool.
But does it carry over to the next game?
I'll allow that. Why not? I mean, being that we're getting so close to closing up shop this evening, unfortunately. Okay, so the others. You appear in Moore's Ivy's tower. Let's see, it's right around dinner time, so no one is actually in the tower. They're actually downstairs having dinner. So you are, when you appear, there's no one else in the tower except you, your group, and Princess Ela. So
Please follow me.
Okay.
We go downstairs. We go out the door. The first guard post.
Actually arrest her for showing up because we're
And
out.
No, hold on.
I'm right there with her with my sword out, and I will be following her closely.
Okay.
Clearly, as protection.
The first guard post, and I'm looking for a freaking guard post at this point.
Okay. Usually, like at every major doorway, the outside doors, the door to the throne room has guards. Once you get out in the courtyard itself, it gets a little bit sparse, but there are 2 gate guards to the main entrance.
Gate guards.
Yeah.
We need a diplomatic escort now.
Okay. One of the ones from the front door rushes over, as well as one of the gate guards. And
I was gonna say, I perform gate guard, and I'm laughing at the fact that I can imagine somebody saying that to me as I'm performing gate guard.
Yes, I know. And then can you imagine yourself being face down with me kicking your head when you don't do anything?
No.
Okay. So, so they take up their position, one in the front and one in the back, and they have swords drawn. And they.
I'm waiting for reinforcements because I know that they're not going to leave their post.
Right. Oh yeah. No. They had an officer there that went ahead and relieved them because they know who they know of your status.
Are there any other runners?
But there's also 2 guards at the actual the area of lying in state where Yusuf is. So there's already 2 guards there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And can you, if there are any other runners, I will get their attention and say, I need Lord Val now. Bring me the prince, please.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, one of them runs off. Actually, one of the officers there, the officer of the guard, runs off. And are you waiting for Val? Or are you telling him to?
We're waiting.
Val? Okay.
We're waiting for Val.
We're not moving.
No. At this point, we have asked for the diplomatic escort. We're waiting for Val because
Okay.
We have exhausted our influence.
Okay.
Your influence.
You threw up on your hind leg?
Simple language.
Okay. So it takes a few minutes to get Val. Val was at dinner with the rest of the royal family. So
That wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. So when he does appear, you can see that there's actually someone else with him, and it's Melda. They both walk up to you, and the first thing Melda says, "So where's Kelex?"
He's safe. He's with the Hierophant.
Oh,
He's still in Greyhawk.
okay. He's still in Greyhawk. Okay, fine. I thought you all
No, he's
were
no
coming
Hierophant.
here.
He's with Ambassador Tomas.
No.
So
What the hell
they say,
Hierophant?
so they look, Val and Melda look at you and said, "So what's going on here? Why are?"
May I introduce the Princess El Alzar of Ket?
Melda
Yusuf's
looks back and looks at you incredulously and says, "Did you
No,
kidnap her?"
no,
I did not.
Yusuf's daughter.
Yusuf's daughter.
Wait, Yusuf's daughter
Yusuf-
is
Yusuf.
Elav Alzar.
I will look at.
They both look at both her and Val look at you and go, "How?" Okay, so you see
Val.
Mel.
We're going to the tomb.
Val.
We're
Val.
going to the tomb.
Yusuf.
Yes.
It's her father. Someone else is on the throne of Ket. We need to take her to the tomb.
Then Val says, let's go. We need to make sure that this is true. And so you all walk over to the place where Yusuf is lying in state. The guards part, making way for Prince Val and Princess Melda and you and Ela. The lights are still up. It's you can see definitely that the general repose is keeping Yusuf looking like he was on the day that he died. And Ela walks over very, very slowly and removes her veil and looks down at him and immediately falls to her knees, clutching at her deceased father. And that, folks, is where we're going to end it for this evening.
Dirty bastard.
Okay.
Episode.
I know. Okay, so this one wasn't a very combat, definitely wasn't a combat heavy one, not like last time or the last couple of times. But you guys got a couple of different new parts of the story.
More shit for us to wade through before we try it.
So next time that we meet, we're going to open up with Kelex and Tomas at the Temple of Heironius in Greyhawk.
The Mystic Syndicate podcast is the creation of independent producer and host Brian Anderson. Our players are Ed as Sir Thomas Waverly, Mike G. Pav as Sir Kelex Zelenen, Melinda as Grenna Babbleboots, Russ as Járngrímur, Mike as Kiffi Blackhammer, and Glenn as Timble Snivenblaven. You can visit our podcast page at tmsyndicate.podbean.com. You can also leave a comment and subscribe to our X page at tmsynd. You can also watch our live shows on YouTube at www.youtube.com at The Mystic Syndicate 1473.